This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
Nordo in for PA, 9 to noon for now. And actually, that time has come to a conclusion as final hour begins. We're going to jump out to London town. And this beautiful countryside manor, hearing the head coach last segment. It sounds like it's very Eden-esque. It sounds like tranquil, peaceful, and quiet. A beautiful place to put the pieces together to beat the Browns, kegs and egg style on Sunday at Tottenham. Paul Allen, PA, what's up? And it sounds like you might have a special guest with you.
Yes, and the radio portion of the equation, just continues to zap me. And here's what I mean, is Carson Wentz started his press conference 15 minutes late. Well, of course, he started like 20 feet from us. And I don't want to talk loud and have everybody look over here, but Peter Carline, who writes about the NFL and other sports for The Athletic, he's joined us here. How are you?
I'm very well, Paul.
We have to be quiet.
We have to. We can't interrupt Carson.
Nardo, we literally with members of the VEN and Vikings PR, before Carson walked in, we were like, okay, is this too loud? Okay, is this too loud? So excuse us for the hushed tones now. How are things back there, Nardo?
Well, things are good. I feel like
you don't have to be hushed tones.
Well, I'm getting caught because here's the problem, gentlemen.
I feel like Mike Tirico calling a golf match.
Well, that's the thing. I'm trying to are you at the Royal Lytham in St. Anne's in Lancashire? Because that's what I'm feeling like. This is a new fresh edition of the Open, and we're trying to figure out how the Americans can get around the links course here. But I was kind of it's almost contagious with the way you have to whisper with Carson addressing the media. Hopefully it's all positive with Carson. Bounce back tour here with the Browns this weekend. But yes, hushed tones, I guess, certainly preferred as the QB1 for the moment gets to chat with the media folk.
What's it like being Peter Carline these days? We haven't chatted in a little while. We see you every time we come to London. How do you like writing for The Athletic? And what do you think of the squad?
Well, Peter Carline's very well. I love working for The Athletic. I feel that I like a lot of the squad, but it's looking a bit threadbare in the interior of the offensive line.
Looking a bit what?
Threadbare.
Threadbare?
Threadbare, thin.
And okay, and then so you and I heard Nordo before. He joined us here in London, and kind of what he said is, and I've been with the team, basically a week now. But we roll out to practice, and I watched the entire practice. But what everybody saw before the media had to leave kind of surprised me too a little bit. I'm like, Michael Juergens, who knew? I'm like, what? Hello? It was crazy. Michael Juergens wasn't the center. It was Blake Brandel.
Yeah,
it was threadbare.
Beyond threadbare.
It was a bit dodgy.
Very dodgy. It was. It looks a bit bare.
No, keep talking.
Well, hey Peter, and I know because you cover the Vikings, you have myriad duties, but covering the Vikings, you might have to get to know who Joe Huber is this week, former Badger, and we saw him making plays in camp, and he was a guy that took an opportunity and ran with it. He's of the undrafted variety. This team happens to like undrafted players and makes the most out of them. But we're looking at a situation here in the vein of being so threadbare that you might be trying to figure out, okay, number 71, Christian Darrisaw, we recognize him. Number 60 at left guard, that's Joe Huber. Into Blake Brandel, into Fries, into School.
Honey.
Just keep, here's what I would do is I would write your next article for The Athletic in pencil because that eraser might need to go to work a little bit on Sunday.
It's dodgy.
Very dodgy.
How well, have any of the tight ends played offensive line? Why did they get rid of Johnny Munt? He could have played there on Sunday.
I understand, but Urasek, even Urasek is not practicing. So we got veteran Nick Vanette out there. We got Josh Oliver. He's an extra offensive lineman. I'm sorry. We have Josh Oliver. He's an extra offensive lineman. What more do we want?
We want to win, Paul.
You don't think we're going to win this weekend? I love Kevin Stefanski and everything. Have you seen that offense? Holy cow.
Have you seen that defense? Holy cow.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out exactly like what makes that engine go. Now, I taped an interview with Adam Thielen that we're going to play back here next segment, and I asked him about the Browns defense. And he kind of talked about a machismo approach they take because their front seven is so physical that they put their corners on islands, and they're really good, as he said, at rerouting receivers. So, hey, I got respect for Denzel Ward. I got respect for Newsome, and, the other corners are going to wheel out there. If they think for the totality of a game that those guys are going to one-on-one cover Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, may God be with them.
May God be with them.
Miss Threadbare. Yeah, you have to talk more.
Well, let's get Justin Jefferson the ball. Let's try to run a little. And let's take some takeaways. Look, we're playing a rookie quarterback. Mm-hmm. The 402nd Cleveland have had since.
Now you're starting to get
There we go.
This is how we win the game.
Now you're starting to come around.
A hat trick from Isaiah Rodgers.
What do you mean?
Well, he's had one fantastic
hat
game.
Trick is an American term. I thought we only stole your terms.
No, it's an English term.
Oh, hat trick is?
Yeah, score 3 goals in a football match.
Sorry, Sarah. Am I too loud?
We're too loud, apparently.
Okay, one of the media relations. This is just pear-shaped from the connection yesterday to, I can't help not being loud. I'm trying not to be loud right now.
Hey, Peter, can I ask you a question, Peter?
Please do.
And
we got to let Double B get in 1 or 2 soccer-related clipping penalties because he and Peter like stay in contact with each other and talk about soccer.
Yeah, they're Tottenham pen pals. I assume. Mm-hmm. Well, let's start here though. Still with the American football team, Peter. Before we transition to Tottenham and Spurs and Premier League, etc.
Talk lower.
Through 4 games, what do you really like? What can you pull out of a 4-week sample size, Peter? And just put that journalist hat on and say these are some things that I've really enjoyed through 4 games. Despite the malaise, maybe from a health standpoint.
Well, Rijkaard's been outstanding.
Starting with the kicker.
Yeah, I mean,
of course.
Forgive me, but you have to. I really like Jordan Mason. It's such a shame Aaron Jones isn't out there, but to have
how badly I want to yell the con right now and just get everybody to stare at us. This is so freaking uncomfortable to continue.
I've loved the defense. Obviously, the Bengals game was a once-in-a-decade game, but that was great to watch. I'm looking forward to seeing how the next undrafted free agent establishes himself on Saturday, following the footsteps of Adam Thielen. It's very difficult to talk here. Forgive me. Carson Wentz is away, and
it's his fault. I mean, it's their fault by being 15 minutes late. Then it's not like they're going to organize press conferences around 9 to noon or KFAN, but I mean, seriously, every time I sit in this chair and try to do something radio related the last 2 days, the whole thing's pear-shaped. Any more questions, Nordo or Double B?
Brett, would you like to ask a soccer football related question?
I mean, I can. The stadium that you're going to, Tottenham Hotspur, they're not great. I mean, I like Thomas Frank. I think he's a good guy, but I was a firm believer in Ange. I think we're more stable, but kind of more boring. Do you think that's a good thing to be more stable and less boring, Peter?
That's some hardcore stuff right there. Damn, it's like talking about Wyatt Teller's high school career.
You even said we. Ugh. Who says we when talking about teams? We're journalists here.
Yeah, right.
On this show.
I do think that I'm a Frank kind of guy. I think he's got Premier League experience. I think he's an excellent coach. I think he's an excellent developer of players. If you're Ange was, I know he's won the first trophy for you in 18 years, but I'm not sure how long-term a project he is. I think that Frank is a perfect next step for him, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how far he can take Tottenham.
Hey, Peter, in closing, like when the division rival or the border rival, Green Bay, plays at 1:20 UK time, 1:20 a.m., do you stay up and watch those games? And if so, how?
If they're playing the Vikings, of course.
Okay. Is he done? Sarah, all done? All right, 9 to noon continues now from the team hotel. And here we are. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back.
Can you hit him with a con down there?
The con. Now I got to hide behind Peter. Yeah, the 1:20 in the morning Sunday night football games and everything, but like you covering football and following the Vikings the way you do, it behooves you to watch Green Bay games, and that's 1:20 in the morning. How do you do it?
Well, we've had two of the suckers so far this season.
Two of the what?
The suckers.
Oh, the suckers.
Yes, I
you
was
lucky suckers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the opening game of the season, the Bears and Atlanta, they were both late nights. So, 1:20.
And those games put you to sleep.
Oh, I didn't stay up for the Falcons.
No, really?
I did do the Bears.
Yeah. Nice dedication.
Yeah, I know. But like you say, how do you stay up? I'm 50% record so far this season.
All right, well, I'll see you at Tottenham Hotspur this weekend. Thank you for joining. Sorry for the weird conditions with the press conference and everything. And
that's all right.
Have a good day, all right?
Cheerio.
Appreciate Cheerio, my brother. All right, Nordo. Put through the contraption in front of Adam Thielen, and we got that next, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to say bye to you for the next 15 minutes or so. And when we return, you're going to hear PA chatting with wide receiver Adam Thielen and just get AT19's perspective as we refer to him on what happened, what's happening, and just kind of a state of the team, a catch up with number 19. And then PA and I'll go long form to end the show. So Brett with the cash thing, then Adam Thielen next, 9 to noon.
Yeah, the fan and 2 men in a junk truck want to give you a shot to win bonus bucks to the National Cash Contest. Head to KFAN.com. The keyword is grand. The keyword grand. KFAN.com, keyword grand.
PA in London was joined by Adam Thielen, Vikings wide receiver, AT19, coveting catch-up of sorts, what's happening through 4 weeks and what it's like being abroad, and just a good conversation as always with Adam Thielen. Let's listen to that.
The Chelsea match, how was it?
Oh, it was awesome. Great experience. Champions League, first time being to a Champions League match, so it's pretty cool.
How closely do you follow European soccer, Premier League, however you, I mean, because it's just strange. I knew you were going to the game. So, like, I looked at Chelsea's schedule. You got the UEFA Champions bid going on now, but they have, like, a league match this weekend. I don't understand it. Do you?
I do not understand it at all, but I have always really enjoyed going to the games here just to see a different atmosphere compared to the States and just see how their fans kind of react and kind of interact throughout the game. So it's pretty cool.
It's not your first, major soccer match over here, is it?
No, I went to an Arsenal match back in 2017 and really kind of fell in love with that atmosphere. And so been kind of itching to get back and itching to take my wife because she was a soccer player in college.
Well, in 2013, Bursage took me to what we would say is Birmingham, but it's Birmingham because he knew the goalkeeper, Brad Guzan for Aston Villa, and they were playing Man City. It was unbelievable, but like they had entrances that said visiting fans only, and they were strict about it. So, like, how aggressive do these fans get?
That was probably the coolest thing for me in both experiences is how they separate the fans, like you said, in the entrance. But then in the stadium, they have security guards all around the opponents sit in one section. So it's not like in the U.S. at a football game where the fans are intermixed. Yeah. They are specifically sectioned off. And last night, the corner kick was in their corner, and they started throwing stuff at the other team, at Chelsea. So they kind of stopped the game, and the coach of the other team is calming them down. No. Yeah. And so that's a very unique thing.
So who'd they play? What was the name? Like starts with a B. Yeah. From Portugal. Yeah. So like when you guys play here or in Dublin, you're going to get thousands, if not tens of thousands of Vikings fans who are going to fly over for the game. Did you notice, that did people come in from Portugal, would you think, to watch this team?
Yeah, for sure. It was all I think the entire section was people from Portugal. So I think that was a pretty unique thing, right? They traveled pretty well. And it's a big deal. It's a big deal for them to be in this tournament or whatever you call it. So it's pretty cool.
So you being an athlete and you being as close to the field, the pitch, as you were for this game, any added appreciation you gained for the soccer player, how big they are, how big the defenders are, how they move?
Yeah, a few of the defenders are pretty good size. I'd say the rest of them are pretty small.
Yeah.
I was talking to a guy who was part of the organization, and he was kind of saying that they're not big guys because they have to run so much. Wow. They're constantly moving, and you can see that up close and personal. You see their movement skills and how they're constantly. They're full sprint to a jog to a full sprint to a jog.
Yeah.
I remember watching my wife when she was in college, and the same thing. You have an appreciation for how much they're on the move the whole game.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like they get tired. They're not subbing out. They're not tapping their head for someone to sub in, because if they get subbed out, they're not coming back in.
That's it.
And so I thought it was pretty cool.
So for like people listening now, and they're like, soccer's boring. So do you think if people went to a match like this and saw it at its highest level, the best of the best, that would open eyes to truly what, as they call, the beautiful game is all about?
It's a different experience. I think if I would have been in that experience, in that atmosphere as a young kid, I would have for sure wanted to play soccer. Back in the States, it's not that same atmosphere. Yeah. There's not really that same attention on the game, but we had that with football, so that's what made me want to play football, right? Watching Randy Moss, Chris Carter, going to the games, being in that atmosphere, that's what made me want to be a football player. Even going to high school games, right? You go to high school in a small town, city closes down, everybody goes to the game, and it's a cool atmosphere. That's what makes you want to play, and I would imagine it's the same over here is these kids go to a game, they experience one time, like, that's what I want to do, and it gets them hooked on the game. They go into these in these programs that they're like, in school, but they're training to be a professional soccer player. Wow. So it's pretty cool.
So Adam Thielen's our guest. So you, like today at practice at the Hanbury Manor, you're so wrapped up in the game plan, getting stuff from last game cleared up, moving into the next game against Stefanski. So are you able to see the forest for the trees and recognize the vast beauty that was around you today at that practice field? That was unbelievable.
Well, they made the wrong choice to put it right in the middle of a golf course, because I was extremely distracted the entire day. Now, what a special experience. Obviously, when you're in the huddle and you're in the plays and you're doing individual, you're not focused on anything other than running around, just like you were if you were back in the States. But when you're sitting there, you're warming up, and you're just able to kind of, what a beautiful day. Soak in the fresh air, and just see the beauty of this country is pretty cool.
So football, final two on football. So 4 games into it now, you guys are 2-2, and jubilation with you returning, and now you've played 4 games, so you're into the business part of the equation, the physical part of it, the fun, everything. You're still enjoying yourself, right?
Yeah, I think I promised myself that I wouldn't lose that excitement of returning, right? Like, there was so much excitement coming in that building. There was so much excitement going to practice again and being with these guys and being in this organization, being part of it, seeing all you guys, all the people that I've built such great relationship with. I promised myself when I came here I would not lose that. It wouldn't just fade away and it'd just be gone. So every morning I wake up and I'm thankful, I'm blessed, and at the same time I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to help this team win games, and I want to be at my best as an individual as well. And there's a lot that goes into that, body work, mental work, focus on my faith and family, and then also focus on the game plan.
Do you ever text or talk to Kirk Cousins? And the reason I bring it up is because he doesn't want to be a backup there. You don't want to play 12 plays, but lots in life it's where God puts you right now. Who knows what's going to be next? So, do you ever talk to Kirk and maybe kind of console each other would be too strong, but just chat about your lots in life?
Yeah, for sure. I've bounced stuff off of him, off of some other people that I really respect and have been in a similar situation in their career. Obviously, it's not an easy thing, but at the end of the day, again, blessed to be here, blessed to be healthy, right?
Yes, sir.
Feel good. Be with my teammates, and at the end of the day, this league changes every single week, and you have to be at your best when your name is called, and that's my focus.
Last one, 8219. So as far down the road as you are on the Browns defense now, with rushing yardage, passing yardage, points per game and stuff, they're all pretty good, but obviously their record is that of losing. So when you see their defense outside of Myles Garrett, what makes that whole thing good?
Well, I'd say it's a combination of things. I think their defense coordinator has a lot of experience, and I've played against him a bunch of times, and he makes it tough on you, right? They put 8 guys in the box, they stop the run, and then they let those pass rushers go to work. They're always going to have a dominant pass rusher, which they have, and then they kind of have some guys that are scrappy in the back end that are going to play press coverage. They're going to make you reroute you to screw your timing up, so those pass rushers can get to the quarterback, right? It all kind of works in unison, and you see that on tape. But I think the first thing that sticks out is there's a lot of guys close to the line of scrimmage, and they know they can do that because of their pass rush.
Ooh, and we gotta figure that thing out on Sunday. That's Adam Thielen, Vikings wide receiver, of course, with PA in London, recorded, I believe, just earlier today. So when we return, final segment 9 to noon, the host will return. PA and I will take you to the finish line here, 9 to noon, final hour on the Fan. So we'll take it away now. There we go. Welcome back. Final segment, 9 to noon. Brett Blakemore producing. I'm Nordo, and we're going to jump back out to London. PA, you know, the interview you did with Adam Thielen was terrific, and I have some Vikings related notes as we put a wrap on this thing 9 to noon. But I got to hit you with this.
Sugar pie, Nordo bunch.
Sugar pie.
You know that we love you.
Can't help myself.
Well, now nobody's here, so I can do what Hockey did this morning. Highway run. There's nobody here now except me.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing, my man. You know, it's football focus. I get all that. You're in London, Vikings and Browns, 8:30 a.m. cornfields. Yesterday. So you kind of sneakily, and whether it's because you like doing the Prize Picks-esque type of bits, you of course spend a fair amount of your summer seasons at Canterbury, so you got Twins games on, baseball games on. You follow baseball a lot more closely maybe than I think even a lot of our listeners would know, because it's just not a topic that dominates this particular real estate. But yesterday I go to lunch, man, and it just hit me that, you know, whether it's Rocco getting fired, it's not, you know, I don't root for people to lose their jobs. I'm also not uber emotionally compelled by the situation there. It's ugly, and they got to figure out how they're going to move forward from this whole thing. Rocco's gone. But the situation with the Twins has just like sucked the soul out of my baseball loving heart, because I sat at lunch yesterday with a buddy, having a burger down at Copper Pine in the Shakopee area. And I'm watching Scooble dice down freaking 14 guys. There's a sacrifice bunt for a go-ahead run. And I'm watching playoff baseball yesterday, and then I'm seeing some dude. He posts up. He's got his Padres hat on. Whether or not he's from the San Diego area, I don't care. He gets a dedicated TV to himself. There's a cubby on the other side. Playoff baseball freaking kicks ass. And our favorite team just steals the spirit of that from me, it feels like, in some ways. Because the games yesterday, Ohtani had a couple of home runs. Like, these games are so awesome, PA, and it kind of gets lost in the muck and the mire of our favorite team, sadly. You
being at the controls of 9 to noon, and the sports leader. So therefore, 64686, talkback options, you know, whether they're played or not.
Yeah.
In your decade plus producing 9 to noon, and me making this statement from 4,000 miles away, and, you know, more than 2.5 decades at the sports leader. Have you ever come across a core four, you know, meaning a major sport, one of the core four pro sports, a firing of a coach or a manager that elicited less reaction than this? I mean, and maybe you can take me deep here. Like, you know, I mean, does anybody care? I mean, apathy is so deep with this situation, unless it's taking what is legitimate low-hanging fruit and, you know, getting after the lack of ownership clarity. And, you know, I guess you can, you know, you can, and maybe the president of baseball operations, Derek Falvey, has spoken, you know, and said some things that honestly I'm not looking for it, and I'm not going to seek it, you know. But I've noticed a lot of, you know, either it wasn't Rocco, it was this and decisions made here, which may be right. But that also can be right for those making the decisions, unless they come out and say, look, you know, I was mandated by ownership to do this. And generally speaking, they don't say that. So it's the structure. Well, the whole structure is just in upheaval, and I just don't sense that there were a lot of people who are like, I'm really, really sad to see Rocco go, or hell yeah, that was absolutely the right decision, which is the worst spot in which you can be.
Yeah. Because
that's apathetic, and you want to avoid that.
And you nailed it there from the text line and the talkbacks. And
well, then Kaprizov signs, and the Vikings are, they're the Vikings are the Vikings. So, I mean, you talk about getting buried in the news cycle.
Well,
holy cow!
And how about this? I mean, you got Wolves training camp. We got Freeman on the text threads. Like we're going to get out to Mayo Clinic Square. Like this is party time, brother. This team's been to 2 straight Western Conference Finals. Let's pump this thing up.
PJ wins a high scoring game at home, and the quarterback looks good. So I mean, that's a talker too.
Yeah, Nafisa Collier goes scorched earth on WNBA leadership. Even the Lady Lynx are in some ways outpacing, and the apathy is what you nailed, because I will tell you this.
Well, just quickly, and sorry to clip, but how about that commissioner's response? Are you kidding me? Like, the ones who complain are the losers. Caitlin's not Caitlin without us. I mean, is this lady out of her freaking mind? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's pure ugliness. And then you have this baseball team where I've seen the text threads light up when we're not hitting a particular topic in the way that at least a fair percentage of our listeners, and we want to connect with the Rubes. We are Rubes. It's been absolute crickets, man. Nobody's jumping. What are your thoughts on They don't care. The apathetic stage of this life cycle for the fan base with this franchise, they don't freaking care. But I'm watching. I mean, we got a nooner today. I think it's Mize and Bibby. Like, I'm pumped up for Game 2, Guardians and the Tigers, to see if Detroit can close this out after conceding the Central. Like, that's cool stuff that our favorite baseball team is nowhere near being a part of.
And that's not only really cool stuff for the cornfields with the noon start, but that's a 6 p.m. start London time. So, when it's getting into central London from where we are, it's 2 hours. I mean, it's 2 hour, unless you go at 6 or 7 in the morning, maybe on a weekend or a Friday. I mean, it's unbelievably congested getting in there. So, like, when we get done here in 15 minutes, I'd like to jump in an Uber or something, but I wouldn't get there till 8 o'clock. So then you hang out 2 hours and you're back at midnight. I don't want to deal with that. So, therefore it's been, a lot of football-ish related stuff. And then when you finally chill, it's hotels, generally speaking, in the United States or the UK. They don't, necessarily offer the greatest channels. So like, if I wanted to watch the Chelsea match last night, well, you can't get it. Even though it's on everywhere in the UK, it's part of some subscription-based bit. That's totally fine. I don't have a problem with that. But, hotels and manors and stuff like that don't pay for it. Okay, that's fine. I couldn't watch Chelsea. But just like the rest of the channels, man, I mean, it's just, I don't want to say TV over here is strange, because, maybe for them it's not strange. And I will say this, Sky News and Sky Sports and BBC News, I mean, you talk about a dignified approach to news and to trauma and to bad things that are happening. It's just a more dignified approach than some of the things we've seen the last 5 years with political based arguments and stances and things like that, because they have that here, not only with Brexit, but there are tariffs and things in the United States of America that impact the UK, and there are people here who believe in this and don't believe in that, and vice versa. But they just handle it with more of a dignified approach. So that's been kind of cool to watch. But I think I was pretty sure I had like an ESPN Plus or whatever type of subscription. So Larry, my son Derek, could watch those UFC bits every so often on Saturday nights. And so then I'm like, all right, cool. Got Scooble. And the Guardians, the Detroit beat the Guardians the final time they played them. But before that, we talked about it last week. The Guardians won 15 of 16 when the Tigers lost 9 of 10 and passed them to win the division. I mean, it was a complete choke job by the Tigers, but they got themselves in.
Yeah.
And it just really shows the difference when, like, no matter how much you collapsed, it's that you can come up for air, take a deep breath, and be like, this is ridiculous. We're better than these guys. Our pitcher is dramatically better than their guy. And let's go win. And then they went out and won a 2-1 game. So, like, I had that ESPN whatever subscription. How about this scam? So I'm like, okay, cool. I got this. So I get in there, and then it's like, you need to resubscribe. I'm like, what? Because I wanted to watch some of this baseball on my computer or phone and then go to sleep to that. It's like, what do you mean I got to resubscribe? Well, this and that, and somehow I got billed $7.95 of a resubscription of what it goes up monthly, just so I could get in and do that. And I'm like, man, I mean, you got entities pulling on you for money or cookies or just some type of entity. It feels like is pulling on you all the time for just like the every penny, nickel, and dime it can get.
It never stops. And when you were talking about Sky News and Sky Sports, what I'm really excited about, because there is it's not a culture shock, but it's enjoyable when you get the time, and you're getting nearly 12 days to do it, almost 2 weeks.
I know
that you're over in the UK from Ireland and now London, but you're coming back. We're going to be spending a Steve's Marathon segment next week on Brexit. We're going to be talking about, we're going to talk about MPs. We're going to talk about driving on the other side of the road. Like you've gotten a crash course, it appears, in British life. And I'm excited to share in it when you come back.
Well, I mean, to a certain extent, because it almost feels like we weren't in Dublin. We got here, we flew from Dublin to London on Monday during 9 to noon. And, so then you settle in Monday, then we had yesterday, and now we have today in practice and everything. But now it's starting to go fast. It's thinking back to getting to Dublin super early Friday, and then like going to Croke Park Saturday when it was raining for the mock game and check that thing out, then the game, then the flight, and then now, we're halfway through this week. It's starting to go fast, and, I'm not even going to say these are champagne problems, because there are no problems with it. Okay. Yeah. It's a blessing. It's fantastic. It's like I'm living tired over here for some reason. Spearfish Sammy with, public relations and I were just chatting about it during the AT19, where I can't explain why I'm tired. I shouldn't be tired. I mean, because my body's completely adjusted to the Euro cycle, but maybe it's just because it's just like the same thing every single day. Eat nearly at the same time, get ready for 9 to noon, go to practice, try to run down a player, find some place to eat in the evening or eat at the team meal area. Right. And then go to sleep and then get zapped for $10 from ESPN for a resubscription. Jump on for a second. Come on over. No, just real quick. Just say hello, okay? Alec Lewis, go. Oh, yeah, I'm on the radio. And we're in deep stretch. Alec Lewis, say hello to Nordo.
Hey, Paul. Hey, Nordo. How are you? You're talking to Nordo through this thing?
Yeah, we got Nordo. We got Double B, Brett Blakemore, and we got about a minute and a half. Just wanted to say hello. You look like you're in a rush.
I got to take a bus back to the city.
Are you tired? Because Newton and I were just talking about it. It's like we can't explain why we're tired, but we're like exhausted right now. It's weird.
Yeah, you switch time zones, so usually that affects it.
Yeah, Thursday.
But I will say,
why are your glasses fogging?
I got like 4 days into the trip, and it hit me like a second wave. There's a second wave of jet lag. They don't tell you about that.
Yeah,
it's all this jet lag.
I think that's what it might be.
It's like a fake description. There's like a second part of it.
You're holding up a shuttle right now. Do you know that?
I know. I really got to go. It's good to talk to you.
Hey, good to see you.
It was the vibes in the locker room. I will say we had a great time. I mean, there was a lot.
Go ahead and say they're bad. Well, wait, no, you're too tall.
There was a lot of fun going on. All right.
Yeah, see you.
Yeah, good to talk to you.
Alec Lewis, the athletic. Well, that was cool. That was a lot
cool.
Of fun.
Yeah, and we actually that's it for us too, my brother.
Thanks for the good times, man.
Hey, thank you for your help today, and we'll connect, obviously, text and talk. And
I think I haven't seen Nacho Libre since we got to London. I think he got to our place, rented a car, drove all throughout England, saw Stonehenge, had a Roman bath, and then now is back in town. So I'm not kidding you. I think he did all that yesterday.
Well, if we can track him down, we'd love to get his thoughts. More from you tomorrow as well.
I appreciate you.
Have a great evening, my friend.
See you, bud. See you, Double B.
That's PA from London. That's it for me. Thanks for listening to 9 to noon. Another party tomorrow. Have a great afternoon. Thanks for listening to The Fan. The Grum is next.
Podcast today's Paul by going to the iHeartRadio app or KFAN.com.